Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I also want to welcome you to this reading. This is the full moon in Libra that takes place on, I believe it's the 28th of March. To think what month I was in here. And yes, I am in March. Okay, so now I do have all the information that I need, and we're pretty much ready to go. So that full moon that we're talking about, that is the 28th of April, of March. Now, because it's a full moon and it's an ending, what I've been doing, or what I started to do, because I was guided to do so, was to do some moon energy readings for everybody, but only at the time of their zodiac sign being in the moon. So the full moon in Libra, I'm going to be doing a reading for Libra, but I'm also going to be doing a reading for the full moon for Aries, because the new moon in April is in Aries, and full moons are all about endings and releasing things so that you can have those new beginnings. So I want Aries to know what they're needing to release here in order to gain something new in the new moon in their sign when I do their reading in April. So I am talking to Libra and Aries. Now, I'm going to point out what the energies around this full moon are going to be for everyone, and then I will go into your separate houses and let you know what that represents for you, as well as then I'll do a reading for each sign to see what's leaving you, what you need to release, okay, in the full moon. Now, Libra, I want you to be aware that you are going to have a new moon reading, because this is the full moon. You will have new things coming in April around the new moon, and you're releasing things here in your full moon. So the full moon in Libra, it's taking place, because it's in the sign of Libra, it's taking place around partnerships and relationships. There's also a lot of healing energy in the air, and so there's going to be a lot of healing around this full moon for you, okay, for everybody. So this is a time to surrender your relationship issues of all kinds to the universe, okay? No fighting, no pushing, no forcing, none of that. It's just surrender. The great news here is that this full moon makes a special triangular alignment, and it's called a grand trine. Now, this is all about life flowing more easily. Plus, the Sun and Venus, and as well as healing Chiron, they're in the same place at the same time. Now, because the full moon always brings emotions to the surface to be released, there could be some heightened emotions around your partnerships, whether it be in business or love, family, it really doesn't matter. It just could bring heightened emotions, okay? Now, keep in mind that there could also be some really deep and loving healing too, okay? Life is all about intention. So if you're ready to move on from the past upsets with someone, no matter when they took place, now is the time to let them all go. Mercury, the planet of the mind, and Neptune, which is the planet of dreams and mysteries, they're also together under this full moon, and they're making it even more wonderful, more perfect for surrendering. And surrendering doesn't mean giving up, okay? It just means handing everything over to the divine, to the universe, to God, whatever you call it, and just trust under this full moon, because this full moon is all about releasing what needs to be released. Now, the two cards that we have for this full moon are obviously full moon in Libra, but it's a win-win outcome is forecast, right? And then you have just the full moon card, and it's what we just talked about. Surrendering, surrender to the divine, surrender to the universe, God, whatever you call it. And that's what it's going to be all about. Okay, so now I'm going to move into each of the individual readings. Okay, Virgo, let's get busy with your information for this full moon in Libra. So for you, this full moon is in your second house. And what that means for you is balance is required between what you do for yourself financially and what you do for others. So consider your income and your debts, your self-worth, and what others pay you, which is usually based on what you ask for. If you're about to make a major purchase, you're doing it at the right time. If you've been letting someone control you because they have financial power over you, this is your chance to break free. Wow, that sounds amazing. Absolutely amazing. But it is all about that balance, and it's because it's the full moon in Libra, right? Libra is all about balance. This is your income, it's about your debts, your self-worth, what others, I guess, feel your self-worth is. But it's all based on what you ask for, what you, the boundaries you put up, what you're willing to the way you're willing to be treated and the way you're not willing to be treated. So this is a good time for you to make a major purchase, apparently, and letting go of others controlling you. You don't need to let anyone control you anymore. If you have been, not that you have been, but if you have, let it go. Because, like I already said, this is a time to surrender to the divine, right? Also, a win-win outcome is forecast for everybody with this full moon. So I've pulled your Queen of the Moon cards because it's just easier, okay? I pull them, and because they give dates. And so I wanted to figure out what the dates were based on the calendar, the moon phases in the calendar, and then I wanted to put them in order. So now we can just move forward with your reading, okay? The first card here is self-reflection. And this is going to be around the timeline of March 29th. Now the full moon is the 28th. So you'll be doing some self-reflection on the 29th. And this is going to help you to go within and really figure out all these things that you need to place boundaries around, right? And whether or not you want to make this big purchase. I'm a Virgo too, so I'm thinking, what is this? The only big purchase I can think of is something to go camping in. So maybe that's the right time. Here we have the card Action, okay? Now, this timing around this card is April 3rd. So you do the self-reflecting here on March 29th, and come April 3rd, you're willing and ready to take action on something, whatever this is. Now, we are going to pull more cards, so we're going to get more information, but okay, now you have Gratitude. And the timing around this is April 4th. So you do this here. You do this going within and figuring things out for yourself based on divine, because it is all about surrendering to the divine, right? So you're likely getting guidance. And that guidance takes you to action at this point in time. So this reflecting is March 29th. You take action, or are guided to take action, April 3rd. And by April 4th, you're grateful for something. So I don't know if you make that big purchase, or you've placed boundaries and it changes things and you're grateful for it. Maybe you're guided to take action toward a partnership, your soulmate, I don't know. This is, like I said earlier, this moon is all about relationships and partnerships, right? So you go within, you're guided to take action, and you are so grateful because you get what you want, whatever that is. And then you have new beginnings. And isn't it interesting? that this is the new moon in April, April 11th, no less, the 11th. The 11 is such a powerful number when it comes to anything spiritual in my mind. And 11 also for me is a twin flame number, because when you look at 11, and look at this, it's a number 2 card, partnerships. Duality. But when you look at 11, it's 2 ones side by side, right? So the ones are mirroring each other, which is what twins do. This could be all about your twin, Virgo. Okay, so now we're going to get Gaia Oracle cards. All the decks will be listed below as usual. If you're unsure how to get to those, next to the title of this video, there will be a V, which is a downward arrow. Click on that, and that will drop everything down. You'll go into the description box, and that's where the cards, the decks, are listed, okay? And the link for extended videos when there is one. There isn't one for this, though. Okay. Liberation. Breaking free from a negative attachment. And this sits on top of self-reflection and action. You're liberating yourself here. This, whatever this is that you, conclusion or realization that you come to during this self-reflection, and you take action on it, it's liberating. It's breaking you free from something that's negative. And that's around the end of March, beginning of April. Wow. Goddess of creation, transformation, creativity, and wholeness. And this is because you take action. It brings you into that place of gratitude because you go through some kind of transformation here, Virgo. And it makes you whole somehow. The search. Feeling lost, confused, and lonely. No more is what I'm hearing. No more. The search is over. Wow. Okay, angels, the search is over. You're no longer alone. This new moon brings you someone. And you're grateful. You are so grateful. I don't know who this is, Virgo. But that's what came through. The search is over. Feeling lost, confused, and lonely. And Spirit added no more to that. And that's why you're grateful. And it's a brand new beginning. Wow, wow, wow. This is interesting. But this is the time for that. Keep in mind, I am going to be doing your moon energies every moon, okay? New moon, full moon, doesn't matter. Watch the new moon reading. It's a new moon in Aries. So watch for that, because that's where your new beginning is. That'll give you more information on that new beginning. Did I tell you this is Whispers of Love, this deck, okay? Oh, back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. And this sits on top of, it's connected to liberation, goddess of creation, action, gratitude, and self-reflection. For some of you, I feel like this also has to do with your creativity, your creative side, because you've got that in another card here too. I think it's, where did I see that? This one, Goddess, because it's called Goddess of Creation. And this sits on top of that, and liberation. So it's mostly connected to liberation and goddess of creation. Okay, this is about a transformation. It's you breaking free from something negative that you've been attached to for a long time, because you're going through a transformation, and it's going to take you back to what you love, something that you desire. And it very lightly is connected to these cards up here, because that's the next row up, right? Choose love. Oh boy. You always have choice, Virgo. Make yours with love. And that is connected to goddess of creation, which is that transformation in creativity, and the search being over. I feel like you might have a decision to make. You may have more than one person coming in here. It could be a choice in career. It's going to be different for all of you. Some of you it could be career. Some of you it could be both career and love. It feels like love for me. So now I'm going to get an Island Time Wellness card, because it screams love for me for some reason. Addiction. Codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, and restraint. But this is no more, because it's attached to choose love, back to what you love, but it's also connected to this row, lightly, but it's connected to this row. And part of this row is the liberation from a negative attachment. Codependency. If this is a love partnership, it's all about codependency. It could be that, and there's your confirmation. Okay, I'm not even going to go further on that. I was going to say some of you, it could be your person has an addiction. For others of you, you're addicted to thinking about somebody, wanting somebody. But codependency is what Spirit's saying it's about. That's done. It's over. The codependency thing is done. There's a transformation. Look at it. Sits right underneath the transformation card. Sits on top of back to what you love. Choose love. Liberating yourself. Freeing yourself from a negative attachment. And the search is over. No more confusion. No more loneliness. Codependency is done. The transformation has taken place, and there is no more codependency for you in relationships. Okay, now this went really quick, so I'm going to get you extra cards, Virgo. You guys are so supportive of me and my channel. 9 out of 10 times, you have the most views on my videos, so I'm going to do this for you guys. Nobody else has had these extra cards. So we're going to get Synchronicity Oracle card for you. Holiday. Take a break, Virgo. You know, I've been getting this information from Spirit for quite a while. I need to take a holiday. I do. Let's get a Just Ask Oracle card too. I'm going to put this one right here. It's just going to slide down off there anyway. Live in the moment. That has been a tough one for me since I started to go through the ascension process. Living in the moment is a tough one for me. I mean, I'm doing it now, but I still struggle. I still go back and forth. Okay, Virgo. Is there anything else? Let's get one more. Let's get Secret Language of Light card. I feel like there's a message coming that isn't here yet. So let's see if it's coming from here. And then see if I feel like we have all the cards you need. Insight. Look at number 13. 13 is a twin flame number, and when I was creating the Synchronicity Oracle deck, I saw 13 a lot, and I asked my guides what it represents, and what they gave to me was your twin flame misses you, or your twin misses you. So this is insight. Look at this. This is big for you. You do self-reflecting. You're able to finally you take action and feel such gratitude, and then move into a new beginning, but you release yourself from a negative attachment. And I feel like it comes from insight. You are being raised again, Virgo. Absolutely. You're climbing higher. You're stepping into high priestess mode, I feel. Wow, this is amazing. I am really looking forward to the new moon reading for everybody, especially for you, Virgo, with the new beginning you've got coming there. I want to point out, though, I want to remind you that your moon readings, if you know your ascendant or your rising sign, that's what you tend, or you should be using for your moon readings. Now, you can use your sun sign. It'll give you the same information. So if you know your sun and your rising sign, watch them both, okay? When your rising sign moon reading comes around, watch it too, because that's going to be very pertinent, just like your sun, okay? Okay, Virgo, that feels like we're done. You are transforming. Look, it's right underneath the transformation card. You're definitely transforming. Moving in a brand new direction, something that's going to make you happy and feel so grateful to the universe. Just remember to surrender everything to divine this month, okay? Around this full moon. Or, yeah, we're doing the full moon, around the full moon. Okay, everyone, that's all I've got for you. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.